kind of take our show in your pocket with you when you leave. Have sex with it, I guess. And on that note, we would now like to present to you Dick Pics Montana. Thank you so much for coming.
Stations across the street from each other, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, Wisconsin, where we lay our seed.
From ancient football grudge to new mutiny, where the crosstown rivalry of the Jets and Sharks leads to tackles unclean.
From forth the lusty and rousing and engorged loins of these two foes, a pair of starry-eyed, horny teens take their life.
Well, just their social life, really. But their foolish shenanigans and ill-advised photos really pissed off their parents, who still hate each other, still lots of strife.
This is the story of their careless texting, and the continuation of their parents' football rage.
Of their fathers' nuts of flexing. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm going to need 75 minutes in this courtroom or stage.
Hear this. If the thumb slipped, you must acquit.
When we're through, you'll deliver a guilty verdict.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and dry, and I pity any girl that reads you know.
Hey, do you guys have cherry sunrub?
No, sorry.
Wow, you sure are pretty and witty and all that other stuff.
And you sure do like Slim Jims.
Yeah, but that's not all I like.
Motherfucker! You tell him if he's selling gas in Montana's, tell him we're through. Tell him he can suck my big fat hairy butt. I'm gonna have to call you back. You're Montana, ain't you?
Yes, coach?
Don't coach me! I'm the coach of the team that's gonna bend you over, pull down your pants, spread your ass cheeks, climb inside and tear your ass up.
Is this Daddy?
Understand me, noodle dick? Answer me what's making you boy!
Yes, sir, I understand.
You're as dumb as you look. I bet you still want the Slim Jim, don't you? Answer me!
I guess?
Get your ass out of my store, Montana scum! With one phone call, I'll have you thrown in jail. And you. He's gonna be a Jet next year.
So what, Daddy? No one cares.
When you're a Jet all the way. Do you know why I have you going up for cheerleading in 2 years?
Because I like to dance?
No! Because you're gonna cheer on the Sharks. Cheer him on to victory against his damn team. Now throw away this tainted Slim Jim.
Born years later. Channel 8 on the news. You need.
This just in, Richard Pics Montana, star safety for the Verona East Jets, was arrested today due to, well, I think we all know why. Unless you live under a rock or have a flip phone, you've seen it. He's being held in the county jail. More information to come as it is released. Head District Attorney Richard Peter has promised to take the case himself to send a, quote, strong message about family values to the community and to Richard Pics himself. Precisely what those values are or what that message is remains unclear, but the DA promises it will be a strong one. We're off? Okay, good. Seriously, oh my god. I can't even believe the size of this thing. It's like a creature from the deep.
How long am I going to be in here?
We'll have you out after the bond hearing tomorrow.
Do you think you can have it all wrapped up before homecoming?
I don't know, Rich. I hope so. It's hard to say.
Come on, it's the biggest game of the year, maybe the biggest game of my whole high school career.
After tomorrow, you should be free to go home and free to play football for the time being. We'll have a bond that states no contact with any Capulas, especially Julia. No drinking, no internet, and no fighting, obviously.
Okay, but what about the dance? I really want to go.
If there's going to be any Capulas there and this isn't wrapped up yet, then no.
Am I going to have to testify?
You don't have to. Normally, I never have any of my clients take the stand.
Well, why not?
Because mostly they make themselves look bad. And the more they say, the worse things are for them.
Huh. My dad said you take a lot of drunk driving cases.
Yeah, people drink a lot of rose soda in Wisconsin.
Yeah, okay, sure, but like, soda doesn't have booze in it. Everyone knows that, so what's the problem?
Road soda?
Yeah?
Rich, you're so naive. You know, it might make sense to have you testify for the jury. Show them you're just a normal teenager. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, I can testify. We could, we could do a plea deal, like on TV.
The DA is only offering a deal where you'd have to register as a sex offender. He really has it out for you.
Yeah, pretty sure he's on Julia's dad's payroll. This is so unfair. This could have happened to anybody.
Well, not quite. Anyone. But, it was a dumb mistake and it shouldn't follow you around the rest of your life.
Yeah, mistake. My thumb slipped.
It sure did. Are you biting at me?
No, I'm not biting this at you.
Well, stop biting it. It's rude.
Sorry. Gee. It slipped. Am I gonna get acquitted?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Rich, that's good. That's great.
What?
If the thumb slipped, you must acquit. Oh, yeah. Juries love rhymes. They can't get enough of them. You know the old saying, find a rhyme and you won't do time?
No.
Well, it's true.
So I can play this weekend.
You should be able to. Just remember, no contact with any Capulos, or you'll be right back here. Please, stop biting it.
Right.
Today discuss the bond revocation and felony bail jumping charges against Richard Montana defendant. This is in regards to the incident at the high school football game this past weekend.
I thought I told you no contact with any Capulos.
Yeah, well, I guess the backup quarterback is Julia's cousin.
Your Honor, there was a long-standing feud between the Montana and Capulo families, and Julia Capulo was the victim in this case. Mr. Montana understood the terms of his bond: no internet, no cell phone, no drugs or alcohol, and no contact with any member of the Capulo family under any circumstances. And yet, at Saturday's game, Tony T-Bone Capulo, Julia's cousin, was playing quarterback for the injured starter. It was third and long, beginning of the fourth quarter, 4-3 blitz, shuts up for huge play.
Skip to the contact part in John Madden wannabe. Jesus.
Of course, Your Honor. Mr. Montana, the safety independent, came out of blitz, hitting T-Bone Capulo, leading with his helmet, giving him a concussion, and knocking him out of the game. It was a dirty hit, Your Honor. 15-yard personal foul, automatic, First down.
Oh my God. How's Tony Capello doing, please?
He prefers T-bone here.
Oh, I don't give a rat's ass what he prefers. I ask what condition he is in.
Sure. Well, no one's quite sure. He's in the hospital, possibly dead. Given the flagrant nature of Mr. Montana's bond violation, he must be locked up in order to protect the community. He is a flight risk and a danger to society.
Miss Lawrence.
Your Honor, this is absurd. The defendant is not a danger to anyone, and the football players take on risks inherent in the game. Besides, my client didn't even know that T-Bone was on the team, or that he was Julia's cousin.
The bond clearly states the defendant is to have no contact with any member of the Capello family. This includes football-related incidents or 4-3 blitzes. I'm ordered to be held in jail until this trial is over.
This is bullshit. You know this is bullshit. They're trying to keep me off the field. That's what this whole thing is about, right?
Rich,
Right?
sit down!
No. I know what it's about. It's not about the photo or even Julia, right? It's about Coach Capello trying to keep me out of the playoffs. That's why he's pushing so hard. It's about the Sharks not losing to the Jets again. Which they will, by the way.
Mr. Montana, I suggest you speak with your attorney before any further outbursts in my courtroom. I'm ordering you to be in the Verona jail until this trial is over in solitary confinement. Bailiff.
Channel the news. You, me.
Big news today in the Richard Picks Montana case as the trial is set to begin shortly. This may prove to be the trial of the century. I'm being informed that we are only 17 years into the current century, and a century lasts for 100 years. Meanwhile, the photo, which has Rich in jail right now, continues to circulate nationwide. We estimate that roughly 75% of Americans between the ages of 18 and 35 have seen the photo. This includes U.S. territory Puerto Rico and a place called Guam. The Montana family is still reeling due to Rich being sent to jail. He is quoted as saying, "Jail food sucks, and I miss football." We'll be bringing you news and updates from our legal correspondent, so stay tuned. I'm Erica Adams with the news you need. Big news, get it? Come on, nobody around here appreciates my sense of humor. Big news. Big, because he's got, God damn it, never mind.
My clerk is out sick today, something about a lot of phlegm or mucus, so I guess I'll do the swearing in. Why not? I do everything else around here. Here, take that. Hang on, I got an app for this. Raise your right hand, lady. Hang on. Hang on. Do you hereby swear that the testimony about to give now before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I guess.
Ms. Capulo, the oath is a very serious matter.
No, it's good enough, really. It's fine. Just move on to the damn thing.
Very well. Ms. Capulo, do you attend the same school as the defendant?
No.
And which school do you attend?
Verona West, the Sharks.
The Sharks is the mascot.
Yeah.
And what school does the defendant attend?
Verona East, the Jets.
How do you know Mr. Montana?
Well, he's pretty dreamy for one thing. I'm a cheerleader for the Sharks, so I've seen him play, but everyone in town has heard of Richard Picks Montana.
And why is that?
He leads the division in all-time career interceptions. Richard Picks.
Picks?
To pick off a pass, interception?
Ah, yes. Do you know him for any other reason?
Yes.
Such as?
Well, one time he came into my dad's gas station while I was working. It's the Capital Petro, and my dad made him leave.
Why is that?
Our families don't get along.
And why not?
For one thing, Rich's dad owns Montegas.
Competitor.
Yeah, and they're right across the street from ours. When I was 8, I bought a Laffy Taffy at Montegas, and my dad told me to never go there ever again. He spanked me really, really
hard.
Really? You ever go back for more spankings? Laffy Taffy?
I mean, not for Laffy Taffy, but sometimes their gas is cheaper. I try to be careful though. My dad swears he can smell Monta gas.
Is there any other reason that the families dislike each other?
Our dads coach the football teams for West and East, so there's that. My dad always rants and raves about this bogus call from '92 to let the Jets win, saying something about how it should be holding, it's just a jockstrap. I don't know.
That's a fair point.
Daddy always says, when you're a Jet all the way. I'm a cheerleader for the Sharks and I hear about this stuff all the time. It's all just gotten really out of hand. Also, the Montanas are Bears fans, and for some...
What the fuck?
Wisconsin? Dear Lord, why in God's name are they Bears fans?
Your Honor, objection, this information is irrelevant and unduly prejudicial to the defendant. You know how people feel about Bears fans here.
Your Honor, the jury must know why the families don't get along. I mean...
Overruled. Answer the question. Why would anybody support a team that has not won a Super Bowl 31 years?
Don't know and don't care.
They could have been rooting for Brett Favre this whole time. Sure, he threw a lot of picks, but you know what? Taking chances is what made him the great quarterback he was. And Aaron Rodgers may be even better someday once he wins a few Super Bowls.
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Oh my God. And hope they hold on to Jay Cutler for so long. Some franchise quarterback he turned out beat that can't win a ball game. Wait, I've got his stats here. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, career record 99 wins, 52 losses, 66%. Woo. Jay Cutler, 69 wins, 72 losses, 40%.
Your Honor, respectfully, I feel that this is really not appropriate, and maybe you should recuse yourself if you feel this strongly.
No, it's not going to be necessary. I mean, look at him. He's just a Bears fan. Less than a human.
Agreed 100%. I mean, if you ask me, Jay Suxler, right? Ms. Capullo, is it safe to say that your dad hates the Montanas?
Objection, leading.
Sustained.
How does your dad feel about the Montanas?
He hates them, totally.
When did you next see Mr. Montana?
Must have been about 2 years later at the Keep Your Junk Clean shoot.
And what is keep your junk clean?
Objection, relevance.
The jury must know they meant a keep your junk clean thing.
Overall.
Keep Your Junk Clean is an organization that promotes safe sex aimed at teens.
Teens, huh? Nice.
Yup. I guess the laws changed so they can show us stuff about condoms in school now. Nurse Betsy put the whole thing together to raise awareness or whatever. We're good friends, so she asked me to be in it.
Why are you friends with the nurse?
I don't know. She's cool to talk to and super smart. I mean, it's cool to have someone at school who's not just one of the teachers. They're always just like nagging us about homework. Plus, she used to work in the delivery room, so it's kind of like she's known everyone at school since birth because she delivered pretty much everyone at school. Either her or Nurse Mabel, but everybody hates her.
And why is that?
She's old and creepy and weird. She works part-time in school now too, but I hear she drinks Carcon out of her water bottle while she's on the clock.
Is there anything else significant that you can tell us about Nurse Mabel?
I hear she'll just black out at work and lose track of time. She's just so ratchet.
Please be more specific as to how you became involved with Keep Your Junk Clean.
So I'm working really hard at the choreography because I'm going to be at the homecoming game at the very least, and wouldn't it make sense if I go to the dance too? I mean, it's not like I have any shortage of options. Like, there's an entire football team, right? They're all just kind of, how do I say, dumb jocks. They're all dumb jocks. Like, there's Perry, the kicker, but a kicker? Seriously? And he's like the human version of a cold sore, you know what I mean? And I wonder, my dad wants me to date him, and everybody thinks that I should, and it wouldn't make sense that a cheerleader is a football player, but all the other sharks are just so annoying. But maybe it's me, maybe I'm the problem. end up a lonely old spinster.
You really shouldn't think about it like that, Rita. Besides, what if you up and died next week?
Is that a threat? No.
Of course not. I'm just saying you need to not take life so seriously. Not meant to be morbid. How's cheerleading going?
It's alright, I guess. I mean, the girls are cool. But it would be nice to do something not related to football, you know? I always wanted to try tap dance.
Oh, you should go for it.
No. My dad wouldn't go for it. He'd just say it takes away from cheerleading. He wouldn't even let me get the shoes, I bet.
Okay, Julia, you don't have to do everything your father tells you to. If you don't want to date Perry, don't date Perry. If you want to tap, tap. What size shoes do you wear? 8s. I wear the same size, and I used to tap.
Really?
Yeah, for a long time. Woo! You can borrow my shoes sometime.
Nurse Betsy, you are so cool. You know, it's really nice to be able to talk to you. All the other adults just try to get us to do what they want to do. They don't really listen, but you seem to have all the answers.
I do. Seems as though your classmates talk to me more than their own parents sometimes, which is frightening. I had a favor to ask of you.
Sure, what do you need?
Remember that safe sex organization I've been trying to put together?
Yeah, keep your stuff clean?
We decided to change it to keep your junk clean. It's a little edgier that way.
Cool.
I'm trying to put together a music video for it. Just wondering if that's anything that you'd be interested in helping out with. Just trying to promote safe sex, basically.
My dad would be okay with that.
Oh, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Besides, you probably need some new guys.
Like who?
Ben Volio.
Oh my god, you.
I asked Ben to get Richard Montana in on it.
Wait, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my god, really?
That hurts. Can we stop with the scrambling? He's not 100% in yet.
Nurse Betsy? I'm in.
Okay, next Wednesday, room 208.
Pickle-A, numb nuts. Hey, choke on my dick, fuckface.
Dude, practice was tight tonight. You nailed Mark Udio hard AF.
AF?
As fuck.
Oh, right.
BRUH. Remember when you said that Rose chick is cute?
Yeah, I guess.
You guess. That ass though, 8-ball, 8-ball. She's gonna be in the Keep You Junk Clean video shoot tomorrow. It's gonna be lit, fire.
I'm sorry, junk?
It's like a safe sex thing. The nurse set it up, faced with hospital mask, since we can talk about smashing in school now. Eggplant, Washburn.
Wait. Not the drunk nurse, right?
No, not Nurse Mabel. That bitch is cray and always lit. Beer.
So then, who?
The cool nurse that always hands out the rubbers.
You don't even use rubbers, dude. You're always like slanging that raw D, whatever that means.
My junk clean, AF. Washburn. Dude, you gotta come nail that Rose chick.
I heard she doesn't, put out. That, and I'm not having sex anymore. Sad face.
Whatever. Nurse wants you there since you're like such a star. Plus you're the safety sex. Oh, it's perfect.
I don't know.
Dude, you should be getting mad poon AF. Orgasm face, orgasm face. Squat goals, bro. High five, light as skin tone.
Eye roll face. Oh first of all, Mad Poon AF doesn't make any sense.
Everyone knows you huge. Like an elephant trunk, elephant. Wanna feed it some peanuts? Lol. Head with tears streaming down, head with tears streaming down.
Bro, why are you so weird?
Heard you had a special order at XXL large jock.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn, son!
It's not all that great, really. Like, you remember I told you what happened the first time?
Bruh, quit whining. Bust it down, I didn't work good enough.
She said it hurts. There was so much blood.
Dude, you crushed pussy. Hammer cat.
It was like the elevator scene from The Shining, you prick.
Oh, gross, bro. You just gotta find a hoe that can handle your junk. A broad that's a real trash compactor. Nah, tears streaming down.
Quizzical face.
Dude, after practice, tomorrow, room 208, COS there, F.
I'll think about it.
Elephant. Eggplant.
Yeah, his dipshit friend Ben introduced us. Can I say dipshit in court?
Ben who?
Ben Volio. He's on the football team too. So he's going on about slaying Celts or whatever. I heard he's a virgin.
Bullshit! I like wipe like Mario, bitch!
Dude.
Kayla, get the virgin out of my courtroom.
I slay mad pelt, Mr. Honor!
I told you he's a dipshit.
So did Mr. Volio reintroduce you to Mr. Montana?
Yeah, but Rich was pretty shy. I mean, his mouth was open, but nothing really came out. So I just said, text me sometime, and we bumped phones, and
Why did you do that?
do you even have a phone?
Yes, I do.
I one of those old flip phones, you know, from the Stone Ages.
It does not flip, and it even has apps on it. I do lots of things with my phone, Ms. Capulo. Please just answer the question.
There's an app that shares your contact information automatically when you bump phones. You don't even have to ask for a girl's number these days.
Have you ever actually exchanged words in person with Mr. Montana?
IRL? Not since the time I almost sold him a Slim Jim. He's super hot though. Plus we got to yell, I'm keeping my junk clean for the video, I mean. It was kind of sexy, you know?
I suppose. For the record, is IRL a boy band or...
In real life, IRL.
Very good.
So old.
Your Honor, I now move to present Exhibit X, the Keep Your Junk Clean video to the jury.
Objection, who cares, Your Honor?
The crime could not have been committed if not for the video about the junk.
Your Honor, objection!
Oh, I'm sorry. I was texting my wife. She can't believe we have a Bears fan on trial. Yeah, bring on the junk.
Hey, bro, you're excited on Stephanie Zabinski? Her?
Damn, bruh. Hope you wore a condom.
How come?
Cause I didn't with her, and I got the clap. I had to take antibiotics for 2 weeks.
I did wear a condom.
Yeah, that's great. You're keeping your junk clean. Keep your junk clean.
My name's Ted, and I'm here to say I keep my junk
if your skin is white or if it's dark. I know that you wanna have sex. Be careful, don't get herpes simplex. Wear a condom and wear it good. It's good for safety when you're getting woods. It's not just about not having a job. Wanna keep a job fresh when you're getting wild. Don't be a fool, rep your tool. Be sure to rap. Don't get slapped. Don't be afraid, you won't get AIDS. Don't be a punk. Keep good drunk.
Rubber and wear it for real. It protects against gonorrhea.
Sing it loud, don't let it get muffled. We gonna do it, you jump, we jump. Our friends are sporty, sporty, some party, party, every day. Keep it jumping, party. Keep it jumping. Keep it jumping. Keep it jumping. Keep it jumping.
Even if you're not straight, it's still important to be safe. If the guy you're dating is a slut, you can get stuff from his butt.
If you're a girl that's into girls, you go girl, you rock the world. Be safe when you're having girl sex. Use a dental dam, I guess.
Sing it loud, don't let it get muffled. We gonna do it, keep it jumping, shuffle. Our friends are sporty, sporty, some party, party, every day. Keep it jumping, party. Keep it jumping. Keep it jumping. Keep it jumping. Keep your jump clean.
I'm Julia and I'm keeping my junk clean.
I'm Richard Pix Montana, and I'm keeping my junk clean.
I'm cleaning the halls up and I'm cleaning the junk up.
I'm Frank. I'm 17 and I'm keeping my junk clean.
And kids, condoms don't protect against viruses transmitted through skin-to-skin contact like herpes and molluscum.
For the record, I think that was totally irrelevant and a complete waste of the court's time.
Same. Honestly, I think I had a great Twillo. Part Run DMC, part Vanilla Ice, a little bit of Two Live Crew thrown in. Acceptable.
Ms. Capulo, was this the Keep Your Junk Clean video that you've been referring to?
Gee, hard to be sure.
You have to authenticate the video for the court.
First of all, it's pronounced ya junk, not your junk, but yes. That's the Keep Your Junk Clean video with me and Rich. Am I done yet?
Oh, we are just getting to the important parts. Please tell the jury about the events leading up to the incident.
You mean the tragedy of September the 12th?
Yes, what do you remember?
Well, I'll never forget.
Let me be more specific. Have you seen Mr. Montana in any capacity since the Keep Your Junk Clean shoot outside of this courtroom?
No.
And have you met Mr. Montana anywhere outside of the gas station or the junk shoot?
No. Just at football games. My dad said we couldn't see each other. He was pretty much banished. I guess now he's, like, extra banished after taking out T-Bone at the game.
And have you communicated electronically with Mr. Montana?
Yeah, electronically. We had walkie-talkies.
Do the walkies send photos?
10-4, good buddy.
Excuse me?
It's a joke. Jeez, there weren't any walkies.
Thank you to keep your sarcasm to yourself. Did you communicate electronically with Mr. Montana by phone or by computer?
Yes, we communicated electronically. Snapchat mostly.
Please explain to the court what Snapchat is.
I guess if I have to.
You have to.
Snapchat is this dumb app where you send photos of stuff to people and the photos disappear after 10 seconds and there's a little ghost dude. A person can take a screenshot so they have a photo of whatever the snap was.
Why did you communicate with Mr. Montana via Snapchat in place of Facebook, texting, Insta photos, whatever else?
Like I said, he's pretty shy, even over text. Plus he sent all these really cute snaps of him and his cat Bartholomew. Really cute. He's like a gentle giant.
The cat?
No, fish.
Oh. If someone wanted to follow or receive Snapchats from Mr. Montana, how would they do so?
Just look up his handle and hit follow. His handle was Richard Pix. It's not up anymore, obviously.
And is it possible to send a Snapchat to all of one's followers at the same time?
Yeah, you post it to your story.
When was the Snapchat?
It's a snap.
Well, I'm sure it's very simple, but when was it?
No, the app is called Snapchat. You send a snap. Within Snapchat, like that's the photo. It's called a snap.
When was the Snapchat app?
No, whatever. So, the big snap attack was the night before Rich's 18th birthday, so September the 12th.
Please explain to the jury what happened on that day.
You excited for your B-Day tomorrow? Present cake?
Yeah, I guess. Never really feels like my birthday though, for some reason.
Come on, it's the big 1-8. That one's special. 2 more hours. You gonna buy porn? Lol.
Okay, Julia, nobody buys porn. Hey, I heard Perry likes you.
Roll face. I hate Perry. My dad's wanted me to date him ever since he kicked that game-winning field goal. Like I would date a kicker.
Yeah, kickers.
Well, it's too bad you're a Montana. Why, oh why? Can't you just tell your dad to screw off and change your name?
No, not really. You know how this works. When you're a jet all the way.
Never mind. You should tell me something sexy.
Okay. My lips, 2 blushing pilgrims ready stand, to smooth that rough touch with a tender lips.
Lol, WTF Romeo?
I'm studying for the quiz tomorrow.
Nerd face. You should just watch the movie.
I tried to watch one with guns and it was too boring. Gun, bored face.
They all just die in the end anyway. Boring. Syringe skull. Damn. I'm having trouble sleeping. You should send me a photo to help me relax.
Okay.
Hey, champ! Not that kind of photo.
Oh, no? How about an action shot?
Rich, is it as big as everybody says?
Is what?
You know, it. Eggplant.
Like, I mean, I guess, but we don't whip them out in the locker room after practice and bust out the ruler.
Heard you need a yardstick. Lol. I wanna see it. Winky face.
Why?
In the name of science. Telescope.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Come on. When a girl is all nervous, it hurts if she can't get relaxed. Please, sad face camera.
Alright, I guess. I'll snap it to you though, okay? And no screenshots.
Winky face. Promise.
Try this on for size.
Dang, boy. Dad junk. Clean AF.
Thanks, I think.
I want to see it all the way big.
I don't know.
I bet you're a grower. Tired.
It takes time. And it's a lot of work.
Because it's so big.
You're in high school.
If you really liked me, you'd do it.
I don't know. Maybe in like an hour.
Tease? You should set it by 1. I'll be up till then. Maybe you'll be up too. Lol. Eggplant.
Maybe.
Guess I'll see it at 9 in the morning if you send it late, son. It'll be like Folgers in a cup. Coffee. Dick Folgers. Eggplant.
Yeah, maybe. They say dreamers often lie. Sleepy face.
Cut that shit out. Poo poo.
Good night, Julia. Moon.
Ms. Capulo, did Mr. Montana send a second Snapchat?
It's a snap.
You know what I mean.
Just wish I didn't have to keep repeating myself.
Please answer the question, Miss Capulo.
Alright, well, here's what happened the next morning. OMG.
Yeah, I am a grower. Wow. Eggplant.
WTF.
Huh?
JFC.
What?
Jesus fucking Christ, Rich, you posted it to your story.
What?
Your Snapchat story? Holy shit, how many people follow you on Snapchat?
1,365. And a cat.
Rich, that means the whole town is going to see your D. Didn't anyone else tell you?
No, I just got up and your text is the first thing I saw. Fuck!
AF.
52 missed calls, 238 missed texts, 328 new Snapchats.
Oh God, everyone saw it. Did you take it down?
You can take it down.
Take it down right away! Ah!
Okay, I'm trying, but this photo of my dick keeps popping up.
On the snap, and a little trash comes out. God damn it!
Okay, I think it's down. Shit, I hope my mom will see it.
Your mom follows you on Snapchat.
Yeah, you got a problem with that? She likes the cat videos.
Fuck!
Dude! Why did you make me do this?
I didn't make you, and I didn't post it for everyone else to see. You should be more careful with your eggplant camera.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, it's hard to get hard, take the photo, and then snap it to the right person.
No, it's not.
Okay, maybe taking the photo with one hand is hard.
Look,
but
I have to work it harder than other guys, okay? And I get lightheaded as fuck because all the blood goes there.
I believe that. Thanks,
Defensive coordinator just texted me. My cousin. That's mailman. The nurse.
That one's not so bad.
not helpful. And Mom already checked your Snapchat. Fucking great.
Oh, gee.
I am Fortune's fool. Someone please kill me now. Skull and crossbones, knife, coffin.
How did you react when you realized how many people had seen the photo? Let the record show that the witness pretended to shoot herself in the head, thereby blowing pretend brains out all over the courtroom. Miss Capulet, would you say that sending Snapchats of cat videos is a sort of gateway drug to distributing child pornography?
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is not qualified to have an opinion on that.
It's a slippery slope!
Sustained, nobody cares.
Very well. Your Honor, I now move to present Exhibit Y, the Snapchat questions to the jury.
Yes, I suppose so.
Ms. Capulo, is this Mr. Montana's swollen donor?
Objection, Your Honor. Donor!
The donor must be authenticated, Your Honor.
Rephrase the question.
Is this Mr. Montana's swollen member?
Yeah, that's better.
Yes.
And this smiley face, let's call it Mr. Happy. Did Mr. Montana draw this on here?
That's how you do it. You just kind
Let the record show that the witness indicated that Mr. Montana drew a Mr. Happy on the scrotal region. Now, if we sort of follow this sort of here, all the way up here, these lines drawn here, here, and here, is this semen?
I guess maybe it's sneezing.
And have you seen this in person?
A sneezing penis?
Mr. Montana's swollen member specifically.
No, just on Snapchat.
And what did you think of these Snapchats?
Well, I mean, took a screenshot. Sure. Sorry. But the whole Mr. Happy sneezing thing, it's kind of a beaver dam, to be honest.
Beaver dam?
I mean, like, I was getting really close.
To the
And
beaver.
then I saw the snap, and everything just kind of, like, stopped. And
Huh.
a beaver dam?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Cockblock?
Uh-huh.
Or your vagina.
Ah.
There he goes. All right, get it
Yes.
now.
Very clever.
That's this one.
Did Mr. Montana send the Snapchat prior to his 18th birthday?
Yes, at 11:59 p.m. A minute before his 18th birthday.
And how do you know the time so specifically?
The app shows when it was posted.
The Snapchat app.
It's Yep, that.
Did Mr. Montana send a photo of his 17-year-old swollen member
You guys
to...
keep saying it like that, it's really gross.
Of his 17-year-old swollen member to 1,365 friends and family and a cat?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Lawrence.
Miss Capulet, did Attorney Peter offer you anything in exchange for your testimony today?
No. Well, not exactly.
And what do you mean, not exactly?
He threatened to charge me with possession of child pornography if I didn't testify.
Peter threatened to charge you with possession of child pornography because you had a copy of the snap in question. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
And how many other people were in possession of the snap?
I guess 1,364 and a cat.
And yet, you are the only one threatened with possession.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? I know even his daughter has it.
Objection! Relevance!
Oh, she told me. Really greased her wheel.
Objection! Hearsay!
She was riding on the night train to Orgasmville.
Let's strike Orgasmville from the record.
Population.
Miss Capula, why do you think the state is so hell-bent on prosecuting Mr. Montana for the slip of the thumb?
Objection, Your Honor, speculative.
No, I know why, and it's not speculation.
Overruled. Answer the question.
My dad gave a lot of money to the DA's re-election campaign. Plus, I heard him on the phone talking about Rich saying, "We're gonna nail his ass to the wall. Everybody's gonna know that dick."
Objection, Your Honor, this is outrageous.
Overruled.
Miss Capula, why does your dad care so much about this incident?
Well, he's embarrassed, obviously. Plus, he knew it was gonna be all over the news and a good way to get back at the Montanas.
Because of the football rivalry.
Yeah, and because my dad hates the Bears. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you guys know the one about the kid whose parents beat him, right?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Overruled. Okay. The kid went to go lift the Chicago Bears because they don't beat anybody.
Your Honor.
And I'm done now. I hate football.
Okay, aren't you the cheerleader?
You can shut the fuck up.
Yes, Miss Capula, no further questions.
Channel 8 News reporting that penetrates centuries.
Big news today in the Dick, Richard Picks Montana case as testimony winds to a close. There's a lot of misinformation floating around about the case, and we would like to help our viewers clear up some of their questions. With me to do that is our legal correspondent, Attorney Orrin Krupke. Now, Attorney Krupke, we're going to get things kicked off with a couple tweets from our viewers. Our first tweet is from a viewer whose handle is @16forever. Jail for dick pics, bro. What? Hashtag dick pics for life. Hashtag YOLO. Hashtag Big Daddy.
Well, for starters, he won't be 16 forever any more than my sister-in-law will be 21 forever. For my part, I'm not this commenter's bro. I'm not entirely sure I understand the tweet, but if he's 16 and he's sending photos of his genitals, he could also be charged with distribution of child pornography, just like Mr. Montana. You see, because Mr. Montana was 17 at the time he transmitted the photos of his genitals.
His massive genitals, to clarify.
Yes. Regardless of the size of the genitals, the photo he posted qualified under the law as child pornography. And when he posted it to his Snapchat story, he became a distributor of child pornography.
That's fascinating. When I think of pornography, I think of Old Man McGee out back of a chicken coop with his Polaroid camera. For distribution, I usually think of people shipping dirty magazines in brown paper bags.
That is a common sentiment. I think it's fair to say that the law was not intended to criminalize young people for sharing photos of their genitals.
That's dick pics for our younger viewers.
Yes, dick pics. You see, he's not a delinquent, he's just misunderstood. Regardless if the jury believes the evidence presented satisfies the elements of the crime charged, they will find him guilty. See, now that every teenager's got a smartphone in his or her pocket, they're all just a few pushes of a touchscreen away from creating what the law considers child pornography. And only a few clicks more from distributing it to the whole world if they're not careful. It's becoming a social disease. What's interesting about these charges that the person who transmitted the photos, Mr. Montana, is both the perpetrator and the victim of child pornography.
Now, the dick pic is considered child pornography, and yet Mr. Montana is being charged as an adult?
Correct.
Could you explain that to our viewers?
Not really. Other than to say that is how the law is written. Because of the nature of the crimes charged, a 17-year-old will be charged as an adult, even if his, well, dick is considered a minor.
And what consequences does Mr. Montana face if he is found guilty?
Well, the crime charged is a Class F felony, which carries with it a maximum penalty of up to 12.5 years in prison and up to a $25,000 fine. Generally, the judge is not inclined to impose the maximum penalty, but if found guilty, he will be forced to register as a sex offender.
We have a related tweet on that from @69partytime. Registering as a sex offender is a real bummer, sad face. Hashtag neighbors hate me. Hashtag no job. Hashtag can't live with mom because she lives by school. Fair comment?
No, you pretty much covered it with the hashtags.
Very good. Now, or in your professional legal opinion, do you think that Mr. Montana?
Well, I don't think it's fair, but based on the evidence at trial, I do think he will be found guilty, and he will regret that photo for a very long time.
Sobering news from attorney Warren Krupke. That's all the time we have for today. Remember, you can tweet us. It's @News8Penetrate. I'm Erica Adams with the news you need, signing off. Wow, it's really something, huh? He's guilty of having a real monster in his pants.
Well, having a real monster in your pants is not a crime.
Oh, well, it's a good thing it isn't, because no jury would acquit him of that. No hung jury there, just a hung.
My word.
I'm sorry, Warren, it's always good to see you. I just, woo!
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you, and the other 10 of you, it is your sworn duty to uphold the laws of this great state, Wisconsin. Fortunately, the law is very clear. Wisconsin Statute 948.05, sexual exploitation of a child, penalizes anyone who produces, performs, or reproduces any recording of a child engaged in sexually explicit conduct, if the person knows the child has not attained the age of 18 years. Now, Mr. Montana is not the brightest bulb in the box by any means, but he knew he was 17 at the time that he took the photo. When Mr. Montana took the photo, he became a producer of child pornography. When he posted it to his Snapchat account, he became a distributor of child pornography. This photo of Mr. Montana's 17-year-old swollen donger is erectile and spongiosum tissue filled with blood. Boys!
Counselor, donger, really?
My, what an explicit donger it is, Your Honor.
One more dong out of you and I'll have you in contempt of court.
Well, I don't think I'll be donging anymore, Your Honor. The defense attorney will tell you that every dong must have its day in court. And that this was a slip of the thumb and a matter of timing and blah, blah, blah. But it is not your duty to second-guess the legislature and the law. No, it is your duty to uphold the statute. Mr. Montana created child pornography and distributed it to 1,365 of your friends, family, members of your clergy, children, and your cat. Sir. Add to that, one count for the photo of the flaccid member, Your Honor, sent previously, and I ask you to find Mr. Montana guilty of 1,366 counts of sexual exploitation of a child for distributing child pornography. Also, Mr. Montana sent the Snapchat to the account of Samson, a Siamese cat who has been traumatized and has not pounced on a laser pointer since. Isn't that right, sir? Good. For that reason, I ask you to find Mr. Montana guilty of one count of mistreatment of animals under 951.02. And another thing while I'm up here.
What the hell, counselor, really? You can't get the thing on vibrate here?
I have to take
No!
No, the prosecution rests, Your Honor.
Yeah. Miss Lawrence, go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, in determining whether Mr. Montana is guilty of sexual exploitation of a child, one must first look at the name of the statute and then at its purpose. The purpose of this statute is to protect children. Children who are the victims of true child pornographers. There is no victim here. Mr. Montana did not victimize or exploit himself in the taking of this particular photo. Miss Capulo, herself solicited the photo, so clearly she is not a victim. Mr. Montana is not a child pornographer. This dick pic is not what the statute was intended to criminalize.
Your Honor, the defense attorney is arguing for nullification.
Sustained.
It's important that these activities, which are very common among teenagers, are no longer criminalized, but are instead dealt with in an appropriate manner.
Objection! Nullification!
Sustained. Counselor, you cannot argue the statute is wrong.
Okay. If the thumb slipped, you must acquit! As for the mistreating animals charge, I don't know how that made it past the pre-trial hearing, but what the hell? Seriously? I mean, I believe this violates Snapchat's terms of use, but a cat cannot check Snapchat. They don't even have opposable thumbs. I don't even know why I'm still talking about this.
He was 18.
Order!
I have the birth records. He was born on September 12th, 1998, not on the 13th. So by the time he sent the dick pic at 11:59 on September 12th, he was already 18.
You can't come barging in my courtroom.
Well, this would mean that the dick pic is just a photo of a man's dick and not child pornography. How do you know this?
I helped deliver him, and I knew I remembered something strange. I knew the doctor put the correct time of birth in the hospital records.
Okay, this information is not being reviewed and may not be reliable. Leave.
With all due respect, Your Honor, the birth certificate is unreliable. It was filled out on September 13th, and Nurse Mabel filled out the wrong date, the later date.
Okay, why wouldn't she double check the hospital form for the correct date?
I mean, the best answer is she's a lazy twat.
Oh, come on.
And an alcoholic.
Oh, jeez.
So I went back and checked the hospital records, and the birth certificate is definitely wrong.
This is amazing. This is the difference between lifelong sex offender registration and acquittal.
Wait. I've been celebrating the wrong birthday for 18 years.
Yes. You were already 18 when everyone saw that massive adult on the course.
That's a bit weird.
Sorry. It's always been huge. He had trouble coming out of his mom's vagina. It got stuck.
Misinformation, a gross charge of misjustice. I'm ordering you out of the courtroom. Let's call for a recess. Yes. I'm going to be in my room resting.
Channel 8 News, reporting that penetrates.
A startling turn of events in the Richard Pix Montana case as the judge declared a mistrial. The jury had been subjected to evidence that had not been properly introduced. Evidence which suggested that Richard was in fact 18 when he sent that photo that had us all in a tizzy. Thus, he would not be guilty of distributing child pornography. What's more, head district attorney Richard Peter has been accused of soliciting sex from victims of domestic abuse and sexual assault in cases where he prosecuted their attackers. BuzzFeed broke the story under the headline, Top 10 Pervy Emails from Dick Peter, that lawyer in the dick pics case. The Wisconsin bar is investigating Mr. Peter, and Mr. Montana will go free with no further consequences. He will be released and will reportedly start as safety for the Verona East Jets at the big homecoming game in 2 weeks. Signing off for Channel 8 News, Erica Adams, reporting that I'm just gonna come right out and say I would love to know if I can fit all of that in me. Or at least try. Don't be such a prude, he's 18. We just covered that. Life's too short to not snag the biggest dick. I'd take him to homecoming, make a man out of him. He could intercept my vagina. What's that? You're still on? Cut the commercial!
Tab is just too damn hard. You're pretty, you're so pretty, you're pretty.
Hey.
Hey. Wow. You've got a lot of nerve coming in here.
After all we've been through, what's the worst that could happen?
I guess. I'm really glad all the charges got dropped.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
It's pretty weird though, right? That I've been celebrating the wrong birthday for 18 years?
That's what you should take from this.
Look, all I'm saying is they should change that law.
Good luck with that. You want to run for office on the decriminalize dick pics platform?
No.
Yeah, no one else does either.
Okay, look, it's just unfair that your dad can work the system and keep me off the field whenever he wants.
All's fair in love and football. He's so pissed you're going to play, he was freaking out at
He
home.
should be.
Like I said, Jason Mahomes to come in here.
Well, you and everyone else know I've got this.
But they're happy.
Yeah. I heard you died. Or fell off the face of the earth. That's why I stopped in.
No, I just lost my phone. It was only like 42
Okay,
hours.
Ben said you had to go to the hospital to get your stomach pumped after drinking too much UV blue.
Jesus Christ, first of all, that shit is poison. It's like you are off the grid for 2 days and all of a sudden you're a raging alcoholic or dead. It doesn't make sense.
So, you never got my text.
No. It's lost in transit. What did it say?
Well, I asked you to homecoming. Then I heard you going with Perry, so what's it?
Alright, you know what? I'm sick of this. I hate Perry. You know what? I'd rather jump off a building, or into a pile of snakes, or get eaten by a bear, or be buried alive in a pile of rotting like 50 billion other things before I date or go to homecoming with Perry the kicker. Yeah.
So that's a no. Not going with him?
Off the grid for 2 days, all of a sudden you're dating the kicker. I'd rather die from drinking too much UV blue.
If you want, I could beat his ass for you. The game's coming up. Once I block one of his kicks, it's fair game.
Oh, that a great big fella.
Look, you're charming, smart, and funny. Do you want to go to homecoming with me?
Rich, you're so sweet, but I can't go with you.
Yeah, I know. It's the family thing, right?
No, it's just... It would be suicide. I mean, my family might actually kill me if yours was at first, but think about it. We'd walk in and everybody would start chanting, dick pics, dick pics. Is that how you want your homecoming to be?
No, but I'm used to it at this point. People have been chanting, dick pics, at me for months. Look, don't blame yourself for what happened. It's not your fault. It's my thumb that slipped after all.
Duh. Definitely your fault.
Yeah, so I've heard. But, look, I still want to go to homecoming with you, okay?
How about a snack?
Okay.
It's on the house. The house of Capulo.
So, I can get a subject?
Sure, I'll snap into that. Do you want a drink?
Have you got cherry soda up yet?
No, we still don't have it.
Well, in that case, let's have all the sodas just mixed together.
Oh, really? A suicide, huh? I haven't had one of those since Russell Riff dared me to in the 3rd grade. But no time like the present for a suicide.
Cool.
This smells awful. Oh, thank you.
My God, that is terrible.
Who came up with this?
But hey, if homecoming rolls around and you still don't have a date, would you consider me your safety option?
Oh, you did. Like I don't get enough football time at home?
Sorry.
You'd really beat up Perry for me, huh?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
My hero. You want to hear something kind of weird?
Try me.
You remember that time my dad threw you out after poking you with a Slim Jim?
Well, of course. I remember every time I've ever seen you. Like, really intense. Oh, both of them.
Well, don't freak out.
I don't like where this is going.
I kind of kept the Slim Jim, even though my dad told me to throw it away. I don't remember where I put it, but I have it.
That is kind of weird. That's really weird.
You know what? Let's do it.
Another round of suicides?
No. Let's go to homecoming together.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I mean, why not, right?
Okay, yeah. Let's go to the Great Dane beforehand and get, I guess, rotten bacon pretzel burgers?
Okay, now you're talking.
Hey, maybe we'll be king and queen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
King Dick. And the Duchess of Dong. To social suicide.
To social suicide. Still
No.
bad.
No. Where's the natural suicide? Maybe I'll get to see it in person?
No photos. Stop.
That's fair.
Lips too blushing pillars. Just smooth that rough touch for the center.
A quiet peace this morning brings. The sun is out after all was done and said. Go forth then, think upon these things. The laws enforced, the horny teens punished. For never was there a tale of such a pickle and banana than this of Julia Capulo and Richard Pix Montana.